So, hey guys, I'm sure you guys already know this thing right here. This thing with a wheel, with wheels on it, it's a car. Cars are something that we usually find on any street in Indonesia, even on any street in this world. So, cars are something whose main task is to help humans in their everyday life, such as taking children to school, going to work, and delivering stuff to people, and have some needs and many other human activities. But however, for those who call themselves car guys, cars are more than just a wheel metal object, heavy metal object that, whose main task is only to help humans in their everyday life. So cars for us are a hobby, a way of life, a lifestyle, a love of cars, which unites one car lover with another car lover. And cars help us to forget our life problems for a moment, only for a moment. And yeah, so that is from the car guy's perspective or point of view. So now let's talk about the thing car guys love, the car itself. So cars are divided into several types. There is micros, there is SUV, there is MPV, there is sedan, there is hatchback, and many other types you can imagine on a car. And the fastest of them is the hypercar. Hypercar is a kind of car that is made to reach very high speed. The fastest hypercar for now is the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport with the top speed of 490 km per hour. Very fast for a car. But that kind of car is very expensive. Even when you see the price, you will ask yourself about the car. The price, the shape, everything. The choice under the hypercar that I told about is the supercar. So, supercar is the kind of car that has cheaper price than a hypercar and has lower speed than a hypercar. Even though you cannot say it is slow and cheap because you can see the price and the top speed. And the example from this kind of car is the Lamborghini Aventador, a 700 horsepower supercar made by Lamborghini that was discontinued by Lamborghini and replaced by its successor, 2020 Lamborghini Revuelto, with the power of 800 horsepower. And but if this supercar is still too expensive for you, there is a cheaper option, namely a sport car. The example of this kind of car is the Nissan GTR, the famous GTR in the world. So, with the power of 565 horsepower, this is the supercar killer. So, those are fast cars that are made to be fast cars. But don't think those fast cars can go faster. Usually, fast cars that are made faster are modified by the racing division owned by each company. Let's take the example from the Nissan GTR again. So, this is the faster version than a regular GTR called Nissan GTR Nismo. This thing has a power of around 600 horsepower, I think. And this thing is the new version of the Nissan GTR Nismo. This is the fastest Japanese production car ever in the world. And and not only the racing division who can make the fast cars to be faster than the regular one, but also third parties, final workshops, who of course have experience tinkering with cars like those that I say a couple of seconds ago. And let's take the example from the Nissan GTR again because this is my favorite car. So this is mine was made a more powerful and faster GTR, even if you compare with the Nismo GTR. So mine was made 1,000 horsepower GTR, crazy. So that is a sport car made faster by the racing division and the tuner workshop. But don't think cars we use and see on a daily can go faster. Those daily cars feel we can make faster by installing force induction. So let's take the example from an Indonesian car. From Indonesian car that we usually see this car, we usually encounter this car on any street in Indonesia. This thing is called Honda Brio. For me, this car is powerful enough for a small city car. But again, there are those who don't satisfy with this small car. One of them is Jonathan. Jonathan swapped his Honda Brio's engine with a Honda Jazz engine and installed a turbo and other things. So it came up with 400 horsepower. Very powerful for a small city car. So maybe that's all from my presentation. So keep in mind, car and bike guys have communities that always support their hobby. And yeah, to be honest, I am happy to be one of them, car and bike communities. So maybe that's all. And now I will close my presentation by saying a quote that is famous among car communities or even bike communities. So the quote is, "Marry a car guy. We broke parts, not hearts." That's all.